Well, I mean, what now?
Well, we have a lot of work to do in the next 6 years to get ready for the World Championships. But none of this happens without the people that are here at Hayward Field and choose to come to every one of our events, and the world's best fans, the world's best athletes, the world's greatest meet. We're excited about it.
Is maybe the most significant step between now and then getting Hayward Field up to speed?
Well, Hayward Field is a linchpin for it. We do need to, as you all know, we've been working on that anyway. It's just a matter of now making sure that we meet all the specific specifications for what the IAAF will need in order for this to actually be pulled off. The ability to be able to expand to the seating capacity that we need, which will be in the 30s. So we'll see.
How many of those are going to be permanent seats?
Well, we haven't gotten that far along yet. I mean, we're still in the. We just were successful on the date 2 days ago. So we'll put in as many permanent seats as makes sense for the events that we have here at the University of Oregon, and then we'll expand with temporary seating in order to be able to accommodate this one-star event.
Is there any concern losing some of the historic aspect of Hayward Field with all these expansions?
No, there is not. Because we do plan to, we have a very strong group of people that are very immersed in the history of this place, and all have a very strong affiliation and affinity for Hayward Field, and I'm sure we'll capture it all.
Have you ever had a more eventful week in your? You've had a long storied career, I know, but have you ever had a more eventful week?
I think that this is probably. This is a big deal. I mean, if you hit what it is from a worldwide perspective, and you take a look at what the impact is on the sport, and on the United States in particular, to have the world's #1 team be on their home turf. It's a pretty big deal, and I'm glad to play a role in it.
And when you guys lost out in November, did you think that 5 months later you'd be standing here talking about hosting 2021?
Well, when we were kind of, we were obviously taken aback by not winning in November, but I met with USA Track and Field actually in Monaco, and we talked about going forward for 2021, and the deal was that I just didn't feel that we could put everything else on hold for 2 years to go through a process. We already had the enthusiasm, momentum, and all the things that were associated with putting the bid forward in 19. So we knew that we'd have to have some kind of immediate response, and so am I surprised? Yeah. Was it in the cards to be able to do that? Yes, we certainly spent the time putting all the pieces together.
How confident are you when you landed in Beijing last Monday that this would be the result that you would leave Beijing with?
I actually have very little confidence that it would happen. We had spoken to a lot of the various council members going in, but I had no feel for it. It wasn't until I met with the President Diak, and when I saw how enthusiastic he was, and what the possibilities would be, and the momentum. I started to see the momentum move in that direction probably Tuesday and Wednesday. By the time Thursday morning came, I felt like we were in the red zone, and we were on the 5-yard line and second down. I figured as long as you don't pass it, we actually run it across the line.
So is it really settled in that the Worlds are coming here after all the work that you guys did, passed up in November, and now the announcement that now that it's here, you've had a couple days for it to sink in. Has it hit you yet?
Well, I don't think it'll hit me till we start figuring out all the logistical things that need to go into it. But I'm confident that with the partnerships that we have with the state, with the University of Oregon, with NBC, with the USOC, with USA Track and Field, and all the different stakeholders that are all really great. I think I feel pretty confident. But am I a little nervous about it? Sure I am.
Did anything change from your bid in November to what you kind of put forth in Beijing?
In terms of our deal points are exactly the same as we presented. We basically changed the date on the documents and proceeded. No changes, no meaningful deal point changes. No.